Today we are going to talk about the lessons 11 experience reaction time. We are going to be divided into 4 parts: what we do, what we found, what we learned, and how it's related to the psychological in general does. Let's start with what we do in the experiment. Here is the video that we record during the experiment. We need to have button, earphone, and ball pad which record the subject's reaction time. Before starting the reaction time experiment, we will check which is dominant hand and non-dominant hand of the texter. Also, we have the fixed interval and random interval in 2 hands. The experiment begins. We will check the dominant hands with random interval instead of using one hand. First of all, subjects need to be seated with eye closed and switch in dominant hand, with thumb ready and to press the button. The subjects will practice for a few times. Then the record will be started. In the recording, subject must press hand switch button immediately after each kick is heard in 1 minute and then released. After the recording stop, this part of experiment finished. Next, we will start the part of dominant hand with fixed interval. This part is similar with above part, which do it in 1 minute too. The difference is the sound will be changed to the fixed interval and the subject needs to be relaxed and confident to do this part also. After doing 2 parts of dominant hand with fixed interval and random interval, the following 2 parts are non-dominant hand with random interval and fixed interval. Besides, the subject has to be focused on the sounds and relax while doing the experiment. In the third part of non-dominant hand and random interval, the subject used the non-dominant hand with the thumb ready to press the button. In the recording, subjects must press hand switch button immediately after each kick is heard in 1 minute, and then release. Then we will go into the final part of non-dominant hand with fixed interval. This part is similar with the part of non-dominant hands with random interval which do it in 1 minute. This is the end of the experiment of reaction time.
Moving on now is what we find from the experiment result, which use the second as the unit. In the result, the non-dominant hand with the random interval and fixed interval means are 0.216 second and 0.170 second. The dominant hand with the random interval and fixed interval are 0.212 second and 0.186 second. We summarize 5 points in the experiment. Firstly, the left hand and right hand with fixed interval is less reaction time than random interval. For example, in the left hand fixed interval time is 0.170 second, is less than random interval of 0.216 second. So, the fixed interval of the reaction time is faster than the random interval. Secondly, the right hand with random interval is faster than left hand with random interval. Compared with the left hand random interval of 0.216 second, the right hand random interval of 0.212 second is lesser. Third, the left hand with fixed interval is faster than right hand with fixed interval, such as the right hand fixed interval of 0.186 second spends more time than left hand fixed interval of 0.170 second. Fourth, in the right hand, the last reaction time is faster than first reaction time. The last reaction time of 0.145 second is shorter than first reaction time of 0.398 second. Fifth, the first reaction time is faster than the last reaction time in the left hand. The last reaction time of 0.192 seconds spends more time than the first time.
Next, we will talk about what we have learned from the experiments of reaction time. From the result of what we find session, both hands with fixed interval mean are faster than random interval mean. It indicates that both hands bend for practicing in the long period of time as motivated by learning and experience, and the theory of practice makes perfect. Therefore, fixed interval reaction time is faster than random interval. In the third part of above session, the subject was affected by the surrounding, like someone was talking next to him and some voice that he could hear. Besides, the room temperature was too high as 28 degrees Celsius, make him feeling uncomfortable and inconvenient. Also, the tester was slept late and his reaction was slower than usual. In the third point of above sessions, subject has already known that what the experiment sounds like because he did the dominant hand first. Also, he has the recess for a while to recover and he can be more focused on the first reaction time test of non-dominant hand. We use our dominant hand, right hand, more than left hand, like using chopstick with dominant hand. Therefore, right hand reaction time in last time is faster than the first time because of the motivated by the learning and experience. Finally, we will talk about how this experiment related to psychology in general. Psychology is a study of the human mind and behavior. Under this experiment, the reaction time is related to our automatic nervous systems. When we are being stimulated, we will make a response which helps us easier to get survived and avoid being harmed by the environment. By the evolution approach, we are trying to adapt and get survived under the nature selection. It explains that why some people want to have faster reaction time by training. It is benefit for our life. It adds us kind of specific intelligence which is advantage for some sportsmen which heard the starting signal when having rice. They have a lot of training about the reaction times of beat song by wanting to reduce the racing time and having better results. Moreover, it is an essential ability to avoid accidents.
For example, when the passerby hear the beep beep
From the car, he or she can get the reaction and easier leave from the danger.
Furthermore, when we heard the fire alarm in the building, we will escape and run out of the building immediately or dial the line 99 to let the fireman know the need. Also, we need to have practicing of how to escape from our school building to boost our awareness or an attention of the fire alarm sound. It's just like the full-time practice of our experiment.
Therefore, reaction time can be a kind of inborn character defined as evolution approach, but also can be an acquired character trained by our hard working. It is a kind of skill everyone needs to be survived.
Thank you very much for listening. This is the end of our brief presentation of reaction time. Thank you very much.